Today, we're looking at the animated Christian film The King of Kings, released by Angel Studios. I want to give you my honest review as a Christian viewer, and I'll break down both the strengths and the weaknesses so you can decide if this is something you'd want to see with your family. Overall, I thought this was a very good movie, especially for a faith-based film. If I were giving it a rating, I'd put it at about an 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's solid, and it's one of the better attempts at bringing the story of Jesus to the screen in a way that families can watch together. One of the strengths of the movie is the pacing. It moves at a fast pace, which keeps things engaging and doesn't drag. Some faith-based films have struggled with pacing, but here it feels like they wanted to keep the story moving so younger viewers wouldn't lose interest. That's a big positive. At the same time, the film does take some creative liberties. For example, it shows the wise men meeting baby Jesus right at the manger, when biblically that would have happened later after his birth. Most audiences won't notice, but for those who know the scriptures closely, it stands out. A few Christian reviewers have pointed this out as well, saying that while the movie sticks close to the Bible overall, there are certain moments that condense or rearrange events. Another area where I think the movie could have gone further is in how much of Jesus's own words are included. They definitely use scripture, but I would have loved to see more of the verses Jesus actually said worked into the dialogue. His teaching is powerful, and including more of it would have strengthened the film's biblical foundation. Some reviewers have noted the same thing, that while the movie is faithful in tone, it softens or downplays certain scenes instead of letting scripture speak fully. There's also the question of age appropriateness. This movie is marketed as family friendly, and it is, but parents should be aware that there is a crucifixion scene. It's not graphic in the way live action films have been, but for very young children, say 6 years old and under, it might be frightening or confusing if they don't fully understand what's happening. So while it's family oriented, parents should use discernment depending on the age and maturity of their kids. As far as the animation goes, reactions have been mixed. Some people feel the backgrounds and scenery are beautiful, while the character design, especially Jesus, looks a bit stylized or even awkward at times. That didn't ruin the experience for me, but it's something people have noticed. The framing device with Charles Dickens narrating parts of the story has also been mentioned in other reviews. Some viewers found it interesting, others thought it interrupted the flow. Personally, I think it depends on what you're expecting going in. But stepping back, what matters most is whether the film points people toward Christ. And I think it does. It's accessible for kids and families, it's reverent in tone, and it gives a faithful overview of Jesus' life and ministry. Could it have gone deeper? Yes. Did it take some shortcuts? Yes. But overall, this is a solid Bible based movie that I think many families will appreciate, especially if you want something wholesome to watch together that stays close to Scripture. So, in summary, I give The King of Kings an 8 out of 10. It's one of the stronger Christian animated films we've seen in years. Just be mindful of the crucifixion scene if you have little ones, and go into it knowing that while it may not capture every detail of the Gospels, it captures the heart of the story. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment letting me know what you thought of the movie. Would you show it to your family? I'd love to hear your thoughts.